Hello everyone, I hope you all can see me clearly and you can hear me clearly. There was a little technical glitch, so we are a little late, but I hope now you will be very excited for this session. This is the marathon session for the RBI notification. Okay, so important MCQs we will do on the RBI notification for the phase 2, specifically for phase 2 RBI Grade B 2022. Okay, so let's get started. I hope you all are very excited for this session, the Zoom students also and the YouTube students also, as this is an integrated session. Okay, so let's get started with the questions. But before starting with the questions, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new to the channel, and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of the session. And you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now, see, these are the previous year questions that came in the phase 2. And here, as you can see that from the RBI guidelines, there was a question, direct questions from the RBI guidelines, as well as there was a question on the, as per the recent RBI, both the questions are from the RBI guidelines, as well as there was a question on the cohort, the regulatory sandbox, the cohort of the regulatory sandbox. So all of this is very important, and such kind of questions, the questions based on these, we will discuss in today's session. Okay, so we will be going very fast. We will be doing the rapid fire. I hope you all have prepared very well. If you have not, we will do all the important questions starting from June that came till now. Okay, the notifications that has come till now. So the first question that is in front of you is from the June 2022. That is, the Reserve Bank of India has decided to allow the branches of Indian banks operating in the gift ifs to act as professional clearing member of which of these? Okay, so tell me the full form of this gift or ifs also. So here the answer is C, that is India International Bullion Exchange IFSC Limited. That is the Indian branches of the bank has been allowed to be the clearing member of this. Okay, so what was the thing that India International Exchange Limited, the first international exchange that is in the gift IFSC, and this was doing many of the things. It was trading in many of the things like stock derivatives, commodity derivatives, currency derivatives. And now it has been said that yes, I am getting the answers from the students both at the Zoom and the YouTube. That is very good to see that all of you are preparing really well. So here the this India International Exchange Limited, this trades in many different things. And now it has been said that the professional clearing member will be the Indian banks operating in the gift IFSC, and they will be for India International Bullion Exchange IFSC Limited, that is specifically for the bullion. Okay, so next question that is coming in front of you is regarding the Monetary Policy Committee meeting, and you have to tell, I hope you all are able to see this clearly. So MPC at its meeting in June 2022 decided to increase the policy repo rate. So you have to tell that what is the current policy repo rate. Yes, Nilesh has told the right full form of the IFSC, that is International Financial Services Center, as well as Ashwini also. So now tell me the percentage of this. Yes, I'm getting the answer from both the sides. From here, somebody has said 4.4. It is not 4.4. In April, in May, it was 4.4%, but in June it has been increased to 4.9%. So be very specific with it. Okay, be very clear with it. So it is 4.9%. That is, the repo rate has been increased in June 2022 to 4.9%. Someone has said, Pritul has said 5.9. See, if you write 5.9 now, that gives a bad impact on the examiner, because it is also descriptive writing that exam will happen. So you have to be very clear about your data points. Okay, so it is 4.9%. That is, according to the Monetary Policy Committee, the repo rate has been increased by 50 basis points. In April, it was 4%. In May, it was increased to 4.4%. And in June, it has been increased to 4.9%. And right now also, it is accommodative stance. But the RBI is saying that we will withdraw the accommodating stance. We are withdrawing the accommodative stance. Okay. So the next question that is coming in front of you is regarding the MSF. That is, you have to tell the current marginal standing facility. If you know the relationship between the MSF and the repo rate and the SDF, it is very easy to know that what is the MSF if you know the repo rate. The repo rate is what? It is 4.90%. So what should be the MSF and the SDF? What is the right answer of this one? Okay, I'm getting the answer. Yeah, no problem at all, Prithul. But you have to remember the percentages very clearly, and the typing mistakes can happen in the exam. So do not do that in the exam. Okay. Yes, so I'm getting the answer as C, 5.15%, and that is the right answer. See, the repo rate, the MSF is greater than repo rate by 0.25%, and the repo rate is greater than SDF by 0.25%. So MSF is greater than repo rate by 0.25%, and repo rate is greater than by SDF by 0.25%. That is, so the MSF will be 5.15%. And if you deduct the 0.25% from here, you will get the SDF. So very easy. That is, yes, the difference is of the 25 basis point, we can say, or in total the difference is of 50 basis point. So here you can see that the MPC, the MSF rate is 5.15% and the SDF rate is 4.65%. Next question is, recently in June 2022, Reserve Bank announces opening of fourth cohort under the regulatory sandbox. So in the previous year examination, there was a question regarding the cohorts. So similarly, what is the theme of the fourth cohort? You have to remember the themes of all the cohorts, because in the annual report, the first cohort was also discussed. So you have to remember the themes. Okay. Yes, I am getting the answer A. That is correct. It is prevention and mitigation of financial fraud. So for the first cohort, the theme was retail payments. Second cohort, cross-border payments. Third cohort, MSME lending. And for the fourth cohort, the theme is prevention and mitigation of frauds. Okay. Prevention and mitigation of financial frauds. So the next question here is that recently in the statement, see, in June 2022, there was the MPC, Monetary Policy Committee meeting that was held. After that, the RBI released the statement of the developmental and regulatory policies. In that, there were many developmental steps that were taken by the RBI, and this is one of them, that the RBI has said that we will link the credit card with the UPI, and starting with, we will link the credit card of which card network. So it is, the right answer is, yes, I am getting the mixed answers. Some are saying MasterCard, some are saying Rupee. In the Zoom session, everyone is saying C, and that is correct. It is Rupee. It is the Rupee credit card. That is, you can see that to start with, Rupee credit cards will be enabled with this facility of linking with the UPI. So if you do not have the credit card in hand with you, in physical with you, you can just use your mobile to do the payment. Okay, that is through the credit card also. Yes, it is of the Rupee. Yes, ban has been lifted on the MasterCard and the Pacific Asia something. That is also true. That is also in news recently. So linking of Rupee has been done. The credit cards has been done. So recently in June, and let me tell you, that is only the notification. Until now, it has not been linked. The notification has come out, the RBI has said it, and RBI has said that NPCI should make a way to do it. Okay, so NPC, like the further guidelines will be provided later on, but that was the developmental step that was taken by RBI. Recently in June 2022, the Reserve Bank of India has decided to increase the limit of e-mandates for recurring payment to rupees dash from rupees 5,000. So previously we were using rupees 5,000 as the limit. The RBI was using it, but RBI has increased this limit. Yes, I have started getting the answer. So good to see. So it has been increased to, yes, everyone is saying the right answer in both areas. It is 15,000. So in the statement, again in the statement of the developmental and regulatory policies, this was also a step taken by the RBI, announced by the RBI. It has been said that the e-mandate limit will be increased. So if you have to do the Netflix recharge or something, you do not have to give the OTP. If you have taken the e-mandate service, your money will be deducted, but before 24 hours, like the bank has to, or the card network has to inform you that your money will be deducted, so that if you want to stop that process, you can stop it. So, but for the recurring payment, it is like you won't have to give the OTP if you want to do that payment. So the next, so here you can see the whole, that from 5,000, it has been increased to 15,000. So the next news article is regarding the RRA. So recently it has been said that the RRA has given all the recommendations that it has to give, the RRA 2.0, and you have to tell that when was it released. Okay, when was RRA released? So it was set up by the Reserve Bank of India in which month, which year? So here it is in June 2021, the RRA 2.0 has since submitted its report containing final set of recommendations. It has given the final set of recommendations, and I am getting the answer C, and that is absolutely correct. So report of the Regulations Review Authority has been released in June. That is very recently, and it has been said that it was released in April 15, 2022. So this RRA 2.0 was set up by RBI in April 2021. So the next question for you all are that the Be Aware or Beware booklet was released by RBI. This was a booklet on what? Okay, it was a booklet on the financial inclusion, it was a booklet on the financial safety or the financial frauds or the financial transactions or the consumer education and protection. Yes, 1.0, the RRA 1.0 was made in 1999 and the second RRA was made on 2021. Okay. So here, which of these is the correct answer that you have to tell? Okay, I'm was on the financial frauds, that how the financial frauds are happening, how the operation is happening of the financial frauds in the banks, in the NBFCs. So this was all. And you can read about that there were different ways of financial frauds that were discussed in this booklet. Next is, in February, RBI has observed Financial Literacy Week 2022. What was the theme of the Financial Literacy Week 2022? That you have to tell. Very easy. You must know the Financial Literacy Week theme, the theme of the Financial Literacy Week. And the right answer for this one is Go Digital, Go Secure. This was the theme. Yes, I'm getting the right answer. This is the theme of the Financial Literacy Week. So Reserve Bank of India has been conducting Financial Literacy Week every year since 2016, and in this year the theme was Go Digital, Go Secure. So the next is, in March 2022, the RBI said microfinance lenders cannot charge usurious interest rate. So the microfinance lending, the microfinance loan definition has been changed, and it has been said that up to this much the loan will be microfinance loan. Okay, so before the rate was 2 lakh for the urban areas or the semi-urban areas, for the 1.25 lakh for the rural areas, for the semi-urban areas. So this was the percentage before, but it has been increased to 3 lakh. That is the right answer. Okay, so a microfinance loan is defined as a collateral-free loan given to a household having an annual income of up to 3 lakhs. Yes, that is the correct answer. So the next question is regarding the UPI 123 pay, and you have to tell that which of the following statement is or are correct regarding the UPI 123 pay. So the first statement is UPI 123 pay is a two-step method to initiate and execute service for users which will work on simple phones. The second statement is regarding the it does not need an internet connection. Third statement is regarding the feature phone users will now be able to undertake a host of transactions. So yes, I am getting the answer E, and that is absolutely correct. These two statements are correct. The second and third statements are correct, but the first statement is wrong because it is a three-step method. Okay, that is call karo, choose karo, and pay karo. So UPI 123 pay is specially for the feature phone users so that they can also have the facility of the UPI of transacting. Now the next question is that under the UPI 123 pay, which of these following is not one of the 4 technology alternatives through which you can pay? So you can pay through which of the technologies you cannot pay. So interactive voice response, you can pay through this. App-based functionality, you can pay through this. You can transact through this. Mixed call-based approach for users, you can pay or use this. Proximity sound-based payments, you can pay through this, but you can not use the code. Okay, quick response code, that is you cannot scan the quick response code and pay through that. So E is the wrong answer. That is correct. Nice. So next is regarding, here you can see that these 4 ways are through which you can use through the UPI 123 pay. So the next question is regarding recently March 2022, the Reserve Bank has launched which of the following 24/7 helpline to address the queries of the digital payment users across the products. So which of the following has been released? There was a Sarthi app that was released by the SEBI for the securities market, for providing the knowledge about the securities market. Similarly, the RBI has released this kind of app to take the queries, helpline we can say, to take the query. So yes, the right answer is B, that is absolutely correct. So next is, as per the recent announcement by RBI in March 2022, which of the following shall be regulated and supervised as an all India financial institution? So there were 4 all India financial institutions before, but there is one more that has been added. That is what? Okay, I am getting the answers. Jyoti is saying B. Here also Nimal has said B, Santosh has said B. Yes, that is correct. It is NABARD. Okay, so NABARD is the one that has been recently added under the IFI, that is All India Financial Institution. So what were the 4 institutions before? It was Exim Bank, that is Export and Import Bank. It was NABARD, that is related to the agriculture and rural development. It was NHB, that is related to the housing. And then SEBI, that is related to the small industries development. And now the NABARD has also been added, that is NABARD is for the financial institution. It is development of the financial institution. So here NABARD, that is the National Bank for Financing the Infrastructure and Development, that is for the financial for providing the finance. So it has been included in the IFI. Next is, RBI has decided to increase the existing limits on individual housing loans by cooperative banks to facilitate a better flow of credit to the housing sector. The tier 1 urban cooperative banks, the limit has been revised from 30 lakh to what? So for the tier 1 UCBs, the revised limit is what? That you have to tell. Okay, I'm getting the answer E. Here Nimal is saying D. That is correct. Okay, it is 60 lakh. From the 30 lakh, the revised limit is 60 lakh for the tier 1 UCBs. Now, what are the tier 1 UCBs? The tier 1 with deposits up to 100 crore, those are the tier 1 UCBs. The tier 2 UCBs are the ones that have deposits between 100 to 1000 crores. Okay. Tier 3 is this and tier 4 is this, and for the tier 1 UCBs, this category, the existing limit is 30 lakh, but it has been enhanced to 60 lakh. Revised limit is 60 lakh. For the tier 2 UCBs, existing limit is 70 lakh, that has been revised to 140 lakh. How can you remember it? It has doubled. Okay, the limit has just doubled in the case of UCBs, urban cooperative banks. Okay, so now coming to the rural cooperative banks, the limit has been raised from 20 lakh to 50 lakh with assessed net worth less than what? So the rural cooperative bank that have the assessed net worth of less than what has increased the limit from 20 lakh to 50 lakh in case of housing finance, in case of housing sector. So I'm getting the answer C. That is not here. The right answer will be the 100 crore. So if they have the less than 100 crore of the net worth, then the limit will be increased from 20 lakh to 50 lakh. If they have the assessed net worth of higher than that, the limit will be increased from 30 lakh to 75 lakh. That is more than doubled. Okay, yes, it has been more than doubled. So the next question is regarding the, as per the RBI, considering the growing need for the affordable housing, you have to tell that it has been decided to allow state cooperative banks and the district cooperative banks that are under the rural cooperative banks, okay, to extend the finance to commercial real estate residential housing within the existing aggregate housing finance limits. You just have to tell this, that what is the existing aggregate housing finance limit of dash percentage for the rural cooperative banks, that is state cooperative banks and the district central cooperative banks. Nilesh has said 5%, as well as here I am seeing, yes, 5% is the right answer. So the aggregate housing finance limit is 5%. 5% you are giving to the individual, you are giving for the commercial sector, doesn't matter. The aggregate housing finance limit for the rural cooperative banks, we can say that is the state cooperative banks and the district central cooperative banks. For them, the limit, aggregate housing limit is 5%. Next is, recently RBI has set up the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub as a Section 8 company under the Companies Act. This is a wholly owned subsidiary of the RBI. The RBIH is the wholly owned subsidiary of the RBI. You have to tell that what is the initial capital contribution in the RBIH. So yes, I am getting the answer A. That is absolutely correct. Well done, you guys. This is the correct answer. The initial capital contribution was of 100 crore, and this has been, the RBIH has been set up in Bangalore. So the next question is regarding RBI governor has laid foundation stone for the establishment of a dash of the Bharatiya Reserve Bank Node Mudran Private Limited in Mysuru, Karnataka. So which type of center it is? Okay, a center has been established. So what type of center it is? I'm getting the answer A. Okay, Jyoti is saying C, and that is correct. It is a learning and development center. Yes, absolutely correct. More participation is needed. Only 2 or 3 people are giving the right answer. Only 2 and 3 people are giving the answer. So try to get into this answering, because it is a practice for you all. Okay, you will know that how much you can actually answer, how many questions you can actually answer, how many of your intelligent guesses can be right. So do it here. Okay. So yes, C is the right answer. So here, the Reserve Bank of India laid the foundation stone for the establishment of a learning and development center in the Mysuru, Karnataka. Next question is regarding the ink manufacturing unit. What is the name of this? The Governor of Reserve Bank of India has inaugurated ink manufacturing unit of Bharatiya Reserve Bank Node Mudran Limited. Yes, so I'm getting the answer D. That is absolutely correct. Very fast answers I'm getting now. Yes, D is the right answer. Santosh, Sonali, Nimel in the Zoom session. Yes, very good. That is correct. The answer is Vernica. So next is WMA limit. What is the WMA limit? That is ways and means advances limit, that is fixed by the RBI for the time period of April till September. So yes, again I'm getting very fast answers, and that is yes, correct. It is 1,50,000 crores. So this is the limit, 1,50,000 crores. Next is the RBI has decided to allow financially sound and well managed dash to provide doorstep banking services to their customers. So it has been recently decided by the RBI. So which of the following is the right answer? Okay, I'm getting the answer as E, all of the above. That is not correct. Sonali is saying A. That is not correct. So the right answer for this one is primary urban cooperative banks. It is only for the urban cooperative banks to provide the doorstep banking services for now. So yes, Nilesh and Jyoti are saying C, that is correct. So financially sound and the well-managed urban cooperative banks, they will provide the doorstep banking services to their customers on a voluntary basis. In the March 2020, it was these, the scheduled commercial banks, the rural, the regional rural banks, the payment banks, small finance bank, local area banks, they were allowed to do the doorstep services, but the urban cooperative banks were not allowed. So now in 2022, in the June, it has been said that even the urban cooperative banks will be able to provide the doorstep banking services. So recently they have been allowed. Okay. So next is in February 2022, RBI has increased the limit for the foreign portfolio investors for the BRR voluntary retention route. What the limit has been increased to? So it was 1 lakh before, the limit has been increased to, yes, I'm getting the answer C, that is absolutely correct. So the limit has been increased by 1.5 lakh crore, that is before the limit was 1 lakh crore, and now the limit has been increased to 2.5 lakh crore. So that is absolutely correct. Well done, you guys. So next is regarding according to the provisional estimates released by the National Statistical Office. This was discussed in the June 2022 MPC. In that document, in the governor's statement, this percentage was there. Okay, that's why it is here. So what is the real growth, real GDP growth in 2021-22? And you have to tell that. So the right answer for this one is 8.7%. Yes. So it is 8.7%. So in the National Statistical Office, on May 31st, 2022, India's real GDP growth in 2021-22 is estimated at 8.7%. Okay. So the next question for you all is regarding the RBI with the assumption of a normal monsoon. It has said that the inflation in India will be what? So previously, in the previous Monetary Policy Committee, in April, by April, the percentage was 5.7%. That the inflation in India in the 2022-23 will be 5.7%. But in this Monetary Policy Committee meeting, it has been increased. The limit has been increased. The inflation expectation has been increased to what? So I'm getting the answer C, and that is absolutely correct. The expectation has been increased from 5.7% to 6.7%. That you can see that due to geopolitical conditions, due to external condition, what is happening to the inflation into our country. Okay, and the inflation in this April 2022. The inflation was higher. It was higher than 6%, and it was nearly 7.79%. Okay. So yes, I'm getting the right answer, 6.7%. In June, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das has given the GDP growth estimation also. And what is the growth forecast for the GDP by the RBI, that you have to say. So inflation forecast by the RBI is 6.7% for this year, for this financial year. You have to tell the GDP forecast for this year now. Yes. So here the GDP forecast by the RBI was 7.8% in February 2022, and this was before the starting of the Russia-Ukraine war. But after the Russia-Ukraine war in April 2022, the Monetary Policy Committee meeting happened, and the forecast was decreased to 7.2%. Like it was said that the GDP will be growing at 7.2%. And in this Monetary Policy Committee, it has been retained that the economy will grow at 7.2%. So yes, everyone, that is giving D as the right answer. That is absolutely correct. So well done, you guys. So the next is the NPCI has been advised by RBI to facilitate the UPI integration with all the banks. So it has been said that the cash withdrawal can happen without the card. Okay. So which UPI would be used for customer authorization in such transactions and settlement would be through the dash. So which of the following the transaction will be happening, the settlement will be happening. Okay, that you have to tell. So it was previously said that there will be the cash withdrawal that can happen using the UPI, Unified Payment Interface, and through that you can withdraw your cash. But settlement will happen through which? So I'm getting the answer D, that is NFS, that is National Financial Switch. No, it is not National Automated Clearing House. It is National Financial Switch. So through the D, that is National Financial Switch, or through the ATM networks, the transaction, the settlement, this transaction settlement, this would be through the National Financial Switch. So it is a very important thing that you need to remember. Okay. Next is April 2022, as per the Reserve Bank of India released the report on currency and finance for the year 2021-22, the economic progress rides on 7 wheels. So which of the following is not one of those wheels? So the 7 wheels has been talked about. So which one of these is not among the 7 wheels that you have to tell? So the right answer here is financial stability, because the 7 wheels are aggregate demand, aggregate supply, institutions, intermediaries and markets, then macroeconomic stability and policy coordination, then productivity and technological progress, then structural coordinations and sustainability. These are the 7. These are the 7 V's that the progress rides on. Financial stability is not one of them. Okay. So here next is recently, as per the Reserve Bank of India released report on currency and finance for the year 2021-22, reducing general government debt to below what percentage is needed in the 5 years, so that the economy can have a medium-term growth prospects, a secure medium-term growth prospect. So it is 66%, that is E. So a medium-term transparent strategy of the debt consolidation and aimed at reducing the general government debt to below 66% is needed. 66% of GDP is needed. Okay. So the next question here is that the minimum retention period under the VRR is what? That you have to tell. Here it has been said that what is the minimum retention period under the voluntary retention rule? Try to give very quick answers. Okay. Yes. So I'm getting the answer here. Yes, 30B. That is correct. It is for the 3. It is for 3 years. So yes, correct. Ruthras and Sonali, yes, correct. Absolutely correct. It is for the 3 years that the retention, the minimum retention period shall be 3 years. Okay. Next is PIDF scheme that has been recently, like there was a notification regarding the PIDF scheme, that is the Payment Infrastructure Development Fund. Okay, that is this is a scheme under which the money is being provided for the digital mode and the physical mode infrastructure, point of sale infrastructure, and you have to tell that under this scheme which of the areas should be given a special focus. Now there was a change in this particular thing, and that's why it is here. Okay, I'm getting the answer A. Now, yes, I thought that most of you will be confused in this. Most of you will give the A answer, but that is not correct. Here we are talking about operationalized by the RBI. It was operationalized by RBI in January 1st, but recently, according to the recent notification, there is a change in this. So the change is regarding, see what has happened, that as you can see, the change is shown by the green one, updated as on June 9, 2022. So yes, according to the updation, the union, the northeastern states of the country, the union territories of the Jammu and Kashmir and the union territory of Ladakh. These are the special focus areas now. So when the question has been asked, yes, all of the above will be the right answers. When the question is being asked, then you have to give the updated information, okay? Because they are not asking particularly for a period. They are not asking before June. They are asking about this question that you have to give the updated answer, okay? I hope you understand. And these are the other changes, like from the 30 to 50% of the cost of physical POS were subsidized. Now it has been increased to 60 to 75% for the cost of physical POS, and the subsidy was provided 50% to 75% for the digital POS. That has been increased to 75 to 90% for digital POS. Okay, so the subsidy has also been increased. So the next question is regarding who is the chairperson of the committee for the consumer service standards. So there has been a committee that is formed by the RBI for the review of customer service standards, and who is the chairperson of this committee, that you have to tell. So here the right answer will be BP Kanungo. He has been made the chairperson of this committee. Okay, this is a committee formed by RBI. So these are the members of the committee, and BP Kanungo has been made the chairperson of this committee. The Chief General Manager, Consumer Education and Protection Department, Central Office, Reserve Bank of India will be the member and will be the secretary of the committee, member secretary of the committee. Okay. Yes, BP Kanungo ji. RBI announced the decision on 6 applications received under the guidelines for on-tap licensing. You have to tell that what is the minimum paid-up voting capital, or what is the minimum capital that is required to open a universal bank. So what is the minimum capital required to open a universal bank? For the small finance bank, we have discussed it a lot that the minimum capital required is 200 crore. But for the universal bank, what is the minimum capital that is required? Okay, I'm getting the answer B, and that is not correct. Yes, Shivam has said A, that is also not correct. For the universal banks, what is the right answer? The right answer is 5 billion. That is 500 crores. Yes, Nilesh has given the right answer now. It is 500 crores. Yes, here also I've got the right answer from Zoom session. Nimble has said 500 crores, and that is right. So it is the initial minimum paid-up voting equity capital for a bank shall be 5 billion. That is minimum capital requirement for the urban universal banks is 500 crores. Okay. So next question is regarding the DPI index, that is digital payment index, that was released, and this was released in September 2021, and it has been talked in January. The data was released in January 2022, as well as this was discussed. This index was discussed in the annual report also. So you have to be very careful with such reports. So try to give the right answer of this one. So here the right answer will be the statement is correct. So correct statement will be the D statement. The base year is not 2019, it is 2018. In September 2021, the index was 304.06, and it is 40%. 40% year-on-year growth in the digital payments has happened. So these are the wrong statements. The right statement is the D one. Okay, yes, everyone is giving the right answer. So here you can see that the base year is 2018. For September 2021, it is 304.06, as well as 40% is the year-on-year jump that has been seen. So the next question is regarding same DPI index. You have to tell that which of the following parameter has the highest weightage in the digital payment index. So the highest weightage has been given to the payment performance. Okay. So here you can see that the payment performance has 45% of the weightage in the digital payment index, while the least weightage has been given to consumer centricity with 5% only. So the next question is very easy question. The RBI has released framework for facilitating small value digital payments in offline mode, allowing payments up to rupees what? For per transaction, the limit is 200 rupees. For per transaction, the limit is rupees 200, while for the overall transaction, the limit is 2000. Okay, so per transaction, the limit is 200 rupees. So the next question is regarding the Harbinger 2021. So recently in June 2022, the results has been out for the results has been released by the Reserve Bank for its first global hackathon, that is Harbinger 2021 Innovation for Transformation. What is the theme of this hackathon? That you have to tell. So I'm getting the answer A, and that is absolutely correct by Jyoti here, and here Santosh Nimal has given the right answer. That is absolutely correct. So well done, you guys. Praneeth has also given the right answer. Akash has also given the right answer. So well done, everyone. So it is the theme Smarter Digital Payments, and the name of the first global hackathon, that also you have to remember, Harbinger Innovation for Transformation. So the next question is regarding the problem statement. So which of the following is not a problem statement under the Harbinger hackathon? Okay, that you have to tell. So here, this is a problem statement that is talking about the innovative, easy to use non-mobile digital payments, context-based retail payments to remove the physical act of payment. That is also a problem statement. D is not the problem statement. That is absolutely correct. So Akash, Praneeth, Nilesh, everyone has given the right answer. So it is, this one is not a problem statement. Okay. So here, why the problem statements are important? Because according to the problem statement, there are winners in the Harbinger hackathon. So here it has been said that which of the following has become the winner in the category in the problem statement, alternate authentication mechanism for digital payments. So here the right answer will be NABARD, Cybersec Private Limited has won under the alternate authentication mechanism for digital payments. So these are the 4 problem statements, and in the 4 problem statements, these are the winners. ToneTag has been the winner in 2 categories, in the innovative one and in the context-based retail payments. NABARD is the winner of the alternate authentication, and the Trust Checker is the winner in the social media analysis one. Okay. So the next one is RBI. It has decided to enhance the ceiling on loans to individuals for carrying out repairs, additions, alterations to their dwellings. So if they want to repair their dwellings or something, the limit was for 10 lakh in the metropolitan states centers, but in the other centers, what is the limit? What is the new ceiling now? So it is 6 lakhs. Okay, so the right answer is 6 lakh. So for the metropolitan centers, the enhancement of the ceiling is 10 lakh, but in the other centers the ceiling is 6 lakh. Okay, so here it has been given that the ceiling on the loans is now revised to 10 lakh in the metropolitan centers, those centers with a population of 10 lakh and above. So it has been defined, the metropolitan states means what, and 6 lakh in other centers. So these are the revised limits. Next question is regarding the LEI guidelines that was released by the RBI in April 2022. That is the legal entity identifier for the large borrowers. So the large borrowers of the banks, of the other categories of the scheduled commercial banks, they had to take the LEI, but now it has been increased. The guidelines has of the LEI for the borrowers stand extended to which of the following? So yes, I am getting the answer D, that is A and B, and that is correct. So now the borrowers of the primary urban cooperative banks, the borrowers of the non-banking financial companies also, if they are the large borrowers, then they will have to take the LEI. Okay, they will have to obtain the legal entity identifier. So here the exposure limits are also given, that by if they have the total exposure of greater than 25 crore, they will have to take the LEI by 2023. If they have the exposure of above 10 crore to 25 crore, they have to take their LEI by 2024. And if they have 5 crore and above, they have to take the LEI by 2025. And the LEI, the exposure, the non-individual borrowers we cater to, and aggregate exposure of 5 crore. Okay, if they have the aggregate exposure of 5 crore. So it is particularly for the non-individual borrowers, that is for the entities, it is particularly for. Now coming to the LEI, that from where, under which act you can obtain the LEI. So the LEI, the legal entity identifier India Limited, can this is a subsidiary under the Clearing Corporation of India, and it is recognized by the Reserve Bank as the issuer of LEI under which act. So by directly seeing the acts, that you can say that which is the act. So here the right answer has been given in the Zoom session, that is Payment and Settlement System Act Yes, that is absolutely correct. So yes, here I am getting the right answer from the YouTube students also. That is so good to see. So it is Payment and Settlement System Act 2007, under which the LEI are permitted. Okay. So next question is regarding that the RBI released the guidelines on the compensation of the key managerial personnel and the senior management, that they should get the compensation as per their work only. If they are generating the profits, they should be rewarded. If they are generating the losses and very bad losses by so much risk taking, they should be punished. So this is for the exemptions are for what? The exemptions are for which of the following that you have to tell, that which of the following are exempted, which of the following NBFCs are exempted from the key manager, from the following guidelines of the key manager, fixing of the compensation that you have to tell. And I'm getting the answer C, that is absolutely correct. So under the scale based regulatory framework, all the other layers, the middle layer, the upper layer, the top layer, if they have to follow the guidelines, but the base layer do not have to follow this guideline. That is the layer that have the NBFCs that have less than 1,000 crores of the asset size. Okay, as well as the government owned NBFCs also do not have to follow these guidelines. So the next question is regarding a new, this is the very recent, this just came on yesterday, this kind of notification came, yesterday, and this is regarding the Reserve Bank of India placed on its website the Payments Vision 2025. The Payments Vision 2025 has the core theme of dash for everyone, everywhere and every time. So which of the following is the correct answer for this one? This is the notification that was released yesterday only, and I'm getting the answer A. Nirmal has said B. So which is the right answer, A or B? Okay, student has also said A. Jyoti has said B. Nilesh has also said B, and the right answer is B. See, here in this vision, 4 E's are talked about. This core theme is regarding the 4E. The core theme is regarding the 4E, that is e-payments for everyone, everywhere, every time. So that is the 4 E's. So the right answer here is B. So this was the notification that was released in June 17, that is yesterday, and the activities to be taken up during the period up to 2025 as part of the Vision 2025 are captured across 5 anchors. So the 5 I's are also there. That is integrity, inclusion, innovation, institutionalization, and the internationalization. So this you have to remember, 4 E's, 5 I's. Okay. So the next question is regarding the large exposures, and you have to tell that the large exposure framework released by RBI in April 2022. A large exposure means the sum of all exposure values of NBFC upper layer to a counterparty, and if it is equal to what? So large exposure definition contains what? That it is what percentage of the eligible capital base is considered as large exposure. That you have to tell. Okay. So here I am getting the answer A, that is 15%. Anyone else? Okay, Nimal is saying E, that is 20%. That is also not correct. Naveen has said 10%. And the right answer is 10%. It is not 15%. It is not 20%. We are asking the definition of the large exposure. That the sum of all the exposure values of an NBFC upper layer to a single counterparty or group of counterparties, large exposure is 10%. If the party is given 10% of your tier 1 capital, then that would be considered as large exposure. This is not a limit. This is not a cap. This is just the definition of large exposure. Okay. So the next question is regarding the sum of all exposure values of an NBFC UL to a group of counterparties. So we are talking about a group of counterparties, and this is saying that NBFC UL can give 25% only to a group of counterparties, but this percentage can be increased by what? If the money is going further, if the additional exposure is on account of the infrastructure loan and or investment. So read the question very carefully and you will get the answer. So NBFC UL can give 25%, but the extra dash percentage can be given if, see, it is not asking by. It is, sorry, exposure limit by. It is not asking to. If 2 was the answer, then 35% would have been the right answer. So yes, Nimal has said 10%, Naveen has said 10%, that is the right answer. So it has been, so here The exposure limit will be increased by 10%. That is, the limit will be increased from 25% to 35%. So that also you have to remember. We have discussed this chart before also. I hope you will remember this. I hope you understood this very carefully. Okay, you can read it, and the whole notification is summarized here in this chart. So the next question is regarding the credit ratings. In the series of tightening norms for the non-banking finance companies, the RBI in May 2022 released a notification, and in that notification there was a minimum investment grade credit rating for the NBFCs to accept the deposits. So they should have this minimum investment grade credit rating. So what is the rating? Yes, I'm getting the answer C, and that is correct. The minimum grade credit rating that is needed so that the deposits can be done, that is BBB minus. And what is the investment grade credit? That how much the payment will be back. Okay, that how much believable, how much trustworthy that NBFC is. And investment grade rating signifies the rating agency's belief that the rated instrument is likely to meet its payment obligation, that they will return the payment. So that's why this is the minimum rating that is there. Higher rating means that institution is more trustworthy to return the payment. Okay. So the next question is regarding the master direction on the credit card and debit card. And this kind of master direction is for which of the following? As per the master direction for the credit card and debit card, issuance and conduct directions 2022 released in April, the provisions of the direction relating to credit card shall apply to every scheduled bank, excluding which of the following bank. Okay, so excluding which of the following bank it is asking. So I am getting the answer here, A, Payments Bank. So here the exclusion is for the provisions of these related to credit card should apply to every scheduled bank, excluding all of the above. That is Payments Bank, state cooperative banks, district cooperative banks, excluding all of the above. So that is the right answer. E is the right answer. All of the above is the right answer, because all of these are excluded from this kind of notification, from this master direction. Okay. So the next question here is that what should be the net worth of the scheduled commercial bank to be able to take part in the credit cards? Okay, to undertake the credit card business or to independently or in the tie-up arrangement. So what should be the minimum net worth of the scheduled commercial bank? I'm getting the answer E. 1,000 crores is not the correct answer. Nilesh is saying D. In the Zoom session, I'm getting the answer B. That is also not correct. So yes, Rajan has also said D, and the right answer is D only. Yes, 100 crore is the right answer. They should have the minimum net worth of 100 crore to be able to take part in the credit card business and all. So here you have to tell the total unsecured loans and advances that can be granted by the UCB. Total unsecured, that is without the collateral, the loans and the advances can be given is up to what limit? So what limit is there? Yes, it is 100 crores, not 1,000 crores. So yes, I'm getting 10%, and that is correct. So here you can see that the total unsecured loans and advances that can be given by the urban cooperative banks, including the credit card limit also, that is the 10%. It cannot exceed the 10% limit. Okay. So here the eligibility criteria is there for the urban cooperative bank also. The eligibility criteria is minimum net worth of 100 crore, but they should have the core banking solution. They should be a financially well institution. Next is, as per the data released by the National Statistical Office in May, what is the percentage inflation target for the April 2022? That what the inflation surged to a near 8-year high, and what was the inflation in April 2022? That you have to tell. Very easy. We already have discussed this. So in April 2022, the inflation was 7.79%. Next question is, Reserve Bank of India has decided to lower. So in recent, like in June or May last, the notification came in which it has been said, it has been delivered that from now on we have started using the minimum limit as this. So from what it has been changed to 25 crore. Okay. So the net worth requirement, the net worth requirement has been changed to 25 crore from 100 crore. So before, the minimum net worth requirement was 100 crore, but recently it has been changed to 25 crores. Next, you have to tell that which of the following has delivered the inaugural address at the Financial Express Modern BFSI Summit. So here a very important person has given this inaugural address. You have to tell that which of the following has given the inaugural address in the Financial Express Modern BFSI Summit. So yes, I am getting the answer C, that is Shaktikanta Das, and that is absolutely correct. So Shaktikanta Das, that is the governor of the RBI, has given this inaugural address, and the theme of this address was disruptions and opportunities in the financial sector. So the next question in front of you is RBI has released the statement on developmental and regulatory policy in February 2022. What is the new limit for the Rupee vouchers? What is the new limit for the Rupee vouchers? So here I am getting the right answer as 1 lakh, and that is correct. Before the limit was, so here the e-Rupee vouchers are present, like e-Rupee vouchers, the limit has been increased to 1 lakh. Before the limit was 10,000. So now you have to tell that which of the following is not correct, is incorrect regarding the e-Rupee. Very easy to answer this. So here the e-Rupee is backed by the existing Indian rupee, that is correct. It is a voucher, so it is backed by the Indian rupee. The rupee beneficiaries do not need a bank account, that is also correct. The digital payment solution has been developed with the support of the DFS, NHA, powered by NPCI, so that is also correct. The wrong one is this, that one voucher can be used multiple times until it is redeemed fully. So this is not correct because it is saying that it can be used only once. So this is not correct. Okay, so one voucher can be used again and again until it is fully redeemed, and it has the rupee limit has been increased from 10,000 to 1 lakh, and you can read all about the e-Rupee. Next is, recently the RBI extended the interest equalization scheme for pre and post shipment rupee credit. For MSME exporters, the extended scheme will not be available to those beneficiaries who are availing the benefit under Dash scheme for the government. So here the right answer is production linked incentive scheme. Here also the specifications were made recently. So yes. So the next question for you all is regarding the sovereign gold bond, that the maximum limit of the investment for a trust in sovereign gold bond is what? So for the Hindu undivided families or for the individuals, the limit is 4 kg of gold, but the maximum limit for the trust is what? For a trust in sovereign gold bond, I am getting the answer. Yes, it is D. It is not C, it is D. So it is 20. Yes, Sonali has said D, that is correct. So it is 20 kgs. The limit has been is 20 kg for trust. So next is CFSs, that the RBI has said that it is compulsory for the CFSs to be implemented by which of the following? NBFCs. Okay, so it is for the middle layer and upper layer, or middle or top, or base and middle, or the middle and upper layer with 10 or more fixed service point service delivery units. So here the right answer is yes, that is correct. It is D. So if the NBFC is in the middle layer or in the upper layer, that NBFC that is having the more than 10 fixed service units, that has to take the CFSs, that has to use the CFSs. Okay, and the year was 2024. Sorry, 2025. By 2025, 100% of the fixed delivery units should be implemented, the CFSs of the middle layer and the upper layer. But there was a more condition, that the upper layer, eligible NBFC upper layer that have to mandatorily implement CFSs shall ensure that the CFSs is implemented at least what percentage by 2024. By the 2025, all the NBFCs that are eligible will have to do 100% of the implementation of the CFSs. But by 2024, yes, 70% I am getting the answer. That is so good to see. This is the correct answer. So by 2024, the 70%, the NBFC UL that have 10 or more delivery units, they will have to do at least 70% of the implementation of the CFSs. By the 2025, all have to do the implementation of the CFSs that is eligible. Okay. Next question is regarding the February 2022 caution against unauthorized forest trading platforms, while permitted forest transactions can be executed electronically. So which of the following are permitted to give the permission? Like the ETP's electronic trading platform should be authorized under which of the following? So the right answer for this one is all of the above. Okay, so the right answer for this one is all of the above. That is, RBI has cautioned against the unauthorized forest trading platform, and it has been said that if the forex trading platform is authorized under the particular that you can see by the RBI, by the by the National Stock Exchange of India, BSE, by the Metropolitan Stock Exchanges, then they will be allowed to do the transaction, to do the trading through the electronic trading platforms. So the electronic trading platforms are allowed to do the transaction, just the electronic trading platform should be authorized under one of the following. So now the RBI has cautioned the public against a company operating a semi-closed prepaid instrument wallet through its carpooling app. So you have to tell that which of the following has been warned against. So it is yes, I'm getting the answer, that is S, right? So this is absolutely correct. So next is Dash and the Reserve Bank of India has signed an agreement, amendment and restatement agreement of the bilateral swap agreement. So which of the bank? So yes, the right answer is the Bank of Japan, and the RBI has done this agreement. Okay. So the next question is, to facilitate the greater payment, the UPI limit has been increased. Now, why this question is here? Because it has been discussed in the annual report. There was a this discussion was happened in the annual report under the payment and settlement system. So this the limit for the IPO, for the retail direct scheme, and for the payment towards subscription of the IPO has been increased from the 2 lakh to, yes, I'm getting the right answer, that is 5 lakh. So for the IMPS also the limit has been raised from 2 lakh to 5 lakh. For the UPI also, for the IPO, specifically for the IPO and the retail direct scheme, the limit has been increased from 2 lakh to 5 lakh. Next question is regarding the retail direct scheme. So here, retail direct scheme is a one-stop solution to facilitate investment in government securities. That is correct. Retail direct investors will be allowed to open the retail direct gilt accounts directly with the RBI. That is also correct. Only Government of India dated securities, that is not correct, because there are also other securities that are available under the retail direct scheme. A dedicated online portal will be provided for the provide registered users access to negotiated dealing system, order matching system, that is the secondary platform we can say, that provides the investors to trade among them. So that is also correct. So the wrong answer, the wrong statement was C, because other than the Government of India dated securities, there are treasury bills also, there is sovereign gold bond also, there is state development loans also, that is available under the retail direct. Okay, so you can read all about it. And NDS, so OM is a screen-based electronic anonymous order matching system for the secondary market. It is particularly for the secondary market. So the next question is regarding the retail direct scheme. This was launched by the Prime Minister of India in November 2021. You have to tell that which of the facilities are not available under the RBI retail direct portal. So here, buying government securities through primary auctions, non-competitive segment, that is correct. Buying and selling government securities in the secondary market, that is also correct. Buying and selling of the sovereign gold bonds in the primary and secondary market, that is also correct. So the right answer for the investor services also provided is also provided under the retail direct scheme. So here the right answer will be none of the above, because none of these facilities is wrong. Okay. So right answer is E. Here, all of these services are provided under all of the facilities are provided under the RBI retail direct scheme. So the next question is the net owned fund of the NBFC factor that you have to tell. Very easy. What is the net owned fund of the NBFC factor? So I'm getting the answer B. Yes, that is correct. So Nimal has given the right answer, that is 5 crores. So the net owned fund of the NBFC factor is 5 crores. Minimum, this is the minimum net owned fund they should have. So factor, I have discussed a lot about what is the factoring, what are the factors. I hope you have understood it clearly. Here I have given you the definition and the diagram to understand it clearly. So the next question is, all existing non-deposit taking NBFC investment and credit companies with asset size of dash will be permitted to undertake the factoring business. So if the NBFC is not a factor NBFC, but the NBFC is a investment and credit company, then how much of the asset size should the company have? So I'm getting the answer A, that is correct. They should have the asset size of 1000 crore and above, as well as the other guidelines, other eligibility criteria are also there. So the next is in January 2022, the RBI issued regulations under the amended Factoring Regulation Act 2011. The RBI permits the trades for the filing the particulars of the assignment of the receivable transactions. Okay, they are receiving the bill of invoices, they are receiving the other things, and through against that they can provide the money, they can take the money. So trades is an offline platform, that is correct. That is wrong because it is a online platform. So this is not a correct statement. Trades help in facilitating the financing or discounting of trade receivables. This is correct. This is particularly for the MSMEs. Through multiple financiers, they can take the services. It facilitates the discounting of invoices as well as the bill of exchange. So this is wrong. It is not only for this. It has been set up under the regulatory framework set up by the RBI under the DICGC 1961. So for none of the NBFC, the DICGC Act is provided, okay, because this is the depository insurance that is there. So it is under the Payment and Settlement System Act. It is not under the DICGC Act. So only the correct statement is B. Okay, so here the invoices as well as the bill of exchange is provided, and Trades is an online platform through which you are providing your bills and all. And it is the institutional mechanism for facilitating the financing of the trade receivables of the MSMEs. Okay, so that can happen. And the RBI, this framework is under the PSS 2007, that is Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007. Next is Nash Limit. The National Automated Clearing House limit has been increased from 1 crore to how much? Okay, that you have to tell. So very easy, it has been increased from 1 crore to 3 crores. So the right answer is yes, B. So here RBI increased the Nash mandate limit for trade settlements from rupees 1 crore to the rupees 3 crore. Before, the settlement was happening up to 1 crore only, but the limit has been increased to 3 crores. So the settlement can happen up to 3 crores. Okay. The next question is, under the Ombudsman Integrated Ombudsman Scheme, which of the following schemes are integrated? Okay, because this annual report of the Ombudsman Scheme was released in January 2022, and this was a report for the 2020-21. So in that report, it has been said that recently a development has happened. RBI has said that we will be integrating the previous ombudsman, that is the banking ombudsman, the non-banking financial companies ombudsman, as well as the digital transaction ombudsman scheme. So all of the above is correct answer. All of these are integrated under the ombudsman scheme. As well as non-scheduled primary cooperative banks with deposit size of 50 crore and above. This also you have to remember that the integrated ombudsman scheme will be applied to this also. So the next is, as per the recently released annual report. So now you will get the 10 questions for the annual report, because the annual report has been recently released and this is the RBI specific annual report. I hope you have seen the morning session also, where I have given you a brief overview. Okay, I have given you a very brief overview of the annual report. For the Zoom students, you already have the PDF. Under the course, the annual report PDF has been provided for you. That is of 67 pages. So under that, we have given everything that you need to remember, that you need to know for the exam. Okay, for all the students, these 10 questions as well as the morning session is also there. So you can read the report, you can have the understanding from the report, and you can see the morning session as well as these 10 questions to remember everything. Okay. As per the recently released, yes, for the NSFE, the time period was what? So it was, I have already got the answer. For the NSFI, it was 2019-2024, and for this NSFE, is the right answer is B, that is, it was for 2020 to 2025. It was not for 2021 to 25, it was for 2020 to 2025. Okay. Yes, so the right answer is 2020 to 25. I have given you the additional information also. You can read it. So the next question is, there are 5 C's approach of the NSFE. You have to tell that which one of the following is not among the 5 C's. So the content, capacity, collaboration, communication are under the 5 C's, but the consumer is not. The community is under the 5 C's. So these are the 5 C's. Next question is regarding the Reserve Bank's Financial Inclusion Index drawn on dash indicators. How many indicators the index depends on? Then you have to also tell that the value of the index reached dash by the end of March 2021, indicating the road transfer so far and the miles to go. So this is directly from the annual report, that what is the answer of this one, how many parameters the index depends on, that what is the index, how much index has reached. So this you have to tell. So here the right answer will be which one? So yes, I am getting yes. The right answer is B, that is the 97 broad parameters. This index, the financial inclusion index, depends on 97 broad parameters, and this is for the percentage has been reached to 53.9%. So this is all about the financial inclusion index. This has been constructed based on 97 indicators, and there are 3 broad parameters. Who can tell me the 3 broad parameters? First is access, the second one is usage, the third one is what? Yes. So the 3 broad parameters are given here. The access, that has the 35% weightage, the usage, that has the most weightage, that is 45%, and the quality has the 20% weightage. So these are the 3 broad parameters on which the 97 parameter depend on. Okay. So the annual report, a noteworthy development during the year was the establishment of the quantifiable metric. So this has happened recently only, the financial inclusion index. There is one more thing that you need to remember about the financial inclusion index, that there is no base year. It is constructed without any base year. Okay, so these are the important points that we need to understand about the financial inclusion index. So the next question is on the health metric. The RBI annual report has quoted that high frequency indicators already point to some loss in momentum. So due to the inflation is there, due to the Russia-Ukraine war, the geopolitical tensions, the reserve banks of other countries are also changing their monetary policies. So the fluctuation in the financial market is there. So all the frequency indicators are there that has shown that the momentum, that recovery has been gaining transaction from the second quarter of 2021-22, that has lost a little because of the geopolitical tensions and everything. So with the 86.8% of the adult population has got the vaccine dose, and there is a booster dose that has been received by, I'm getting the answer 3.5%, and that is correct. The answer is 3.5%. So 3.5% of the population having received the booster dose. So the next question is, agriculture and allied activities posted a robust performance in 2021-22, even though the second wave of the pandemic affected rural areas on a larger scale. So what percentage of the growth has been seen by the agriculture sector, that you have to tell. Okay, so the sector has registered a growth of what percentage? So yes, I'm getting the answer. The percentage is C, that is 3.3%. So the sector registered a growth of 3.3% in the 2021-22, as well as the data regarding the other sectors are also here, so that you do not have to go to the report and search it out. The sector-wise data is here. The sector-wise information is there. Okay, for the agriculture, it is here. For the industrial sector, which was severely affected by the first wave of the pandemic, recovered with the easing of mobility restrictions when the lockdown was opened. The second and third wave of the pandemic resulted in some moderation, and there is the 11.4% during the industrial output measured by the index of the industrial production expanded by 11.4%. So that you have to remember also. So the next question is regarding the RBI annual report. How many routes are there through which the foreign portfolio investors can invest in India? So you have to tell that how many routes are there through which the foreign portfolio investors can invest in India. This is a more static kind of question, but such kind of question can be asked in the phase 2. Okay. So here there are, yes, I'm getting the answer C in the Zoom, from the Zoom. Nimal has said C. That is, the first route we can say is the VRR route that we have discussed so much. The voluntary retention route is there. The medium term framework is there. The FAR that has been recently introduced with the introduction of the fully accessible route with effect from April 2020. The FPIs have 3 routes now. So the first one is, we can say VRR, that is the voluntary retention route. There is also the medium term framework, route, as well as the FAR, that is fully accessible route. Next is the priority sector lending for scheduled commercial banks stood at dash percentage as on March 31, 2022. So here I am getting the answer B. That is not correct. Oh, sorry. B is correct. 42.8 is the right answer. 40% is the target. But the scheduled commercial bank has breached, or they have done more than the target. So the right answer is B, that is 42.8%. Well done, Nimal. Right answer. Jyoti and Nilesh also. Drishti. Yes, that is right answer. B is the right answer. Rajan and Naveen is also saying the right answer. So the priority sector lending for the scheduled commercial banks stood at 42.8% as on March 31, 2022. All the bank groups has achieved the prescribed PSL target of 40% during the 2021-22. Next is currency in circulation includes banknotes and coins. Presently, the Reserve Bank of India banknotes is in this denominations. Coins in circulation comprise of 50 paise and this is. In the same regard, the value and volume of the banknotes in circulation increased by dash percentage. So the volume has increased by 5%. You have to tell that the volume has increased by what percentage as per the annual report. So here I am getting the right answer as B by Drishti and Jyoti, and yes, everyone is saying correctly. The right answer is 9.9%. So by 9.9%, the value has increased in the 2021-22. So as you can see that the previously the value was 16.8% as compared to the previous percentage. It has been increased only 9.9%. As well as the increase in the volume is 5%. In the 2020-2022, it was 7.2%. Okay. Next is with the current limit of deposit insurance in India at 5 lakh. So the insurance that is provided by the DICGC Act, that is providing 5 lakh of the insurance, that if you have the deposit of 5 lakh, up to 5 lakh, your money is secured. The number of fully protected accounts are this much at the end of March 2022, constituted 97.9% of the total number of accounts to be secure, as against the international benchmark of what percentage? So I'm getting the answer E. That is not correct. Drishti is saying 80. Yes, that is correct. Absolutely correct. Yes, in 80 is the right answer. So here, as you can see that the constituted 97.9% is the secured accounts in our country, but the international benchmark is of 80%. International benchmark is of 80%. Okay. So the next question is, the expert committee chaired by the Shri Yukesh Sinha had made 37 broad recommendations. This expert committee is on what? Was on what? It was on the digital India, it was on the banking infrastructure, it was on the prevention and mitigation of frauds, or it was on the MSMEs or the retail payments. So you have to tell that on which of the following the, yes, I'm getting the answer MSMEs, and that is correct. So the committee was regarding the MSMEs. So the UK Sinha Committee on Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises has made the recommendations with regard to amendments in MSME Development Act, strengthening the financial delivery mechanism, improving the marketing support, the encouraging the technology adoption and everything. So the next question, and this is the last question of today's session. So here, as per the RBI annual report, the enhancements were made to the Indo-Nepal remittance. So the limit has been raised from 50,000 to what, that you have to tell. So the ceiling as the transaction has been increased to 2 lakh. Yes, the right answer here is 2 lakh. So enhancement to the Indo-Nepal remittance facility scheme has been made, and the annual cap is of 12 remittances, and the limit has been increased. The ceiling has been increased per transaction from 50,000 rupees to lakh. So I hope you have understood everything and everything is very clear. See, we didn't discuss about the PCA framework, about the scale-based regulatory framework, because all of this has been discussed when we were discussing regarding the phase 1. I have particularly catered from the January to June. Okay, from January to June, I have brought the questions particularly from these notifications. If you want to see the questions from the previous notifications, also from the October or such, then you can see the previous sessions. Okay. Thank you so much, Naveen, for the great comment. Thank you, everyone. This is really nice. I hope this was a short, because I didn't want you to take much time of yours, but I tried to cater to everything that were in the session, because see, already there were 2 sessions, 2 marathon sessions during the phase 1. In that, we have discussed all about the different notifications. Okay, so if you do see that sessions also, in that session we have in depth discussed about the notifications. So you can see the marathon session that were taken during the phase 1 for the RBI notifications. Okay, so there were 2 sessions. In one session I discussed about the notifications of the previous 4 months of the from Jan to March, I guess, of May, from Jan to May, and from in the previous one I catered to more previous notifications of October till January. Okay, yes, you will get the PDF, do not worry about it. You will get a PDF by tomorrow morning. Okay, and the PDF will be provided in the Telegram group. If you have any other query, you can ask. Okay, thank you a lot, everyone. Thank you so much. Do tell me in the comment section that did you like the session, and thank you so much, everyone.